Most men think good conversation with women is about knowing the right topics to speak to her about or the perfect question for your dates. The real skill is being able to talk about yourself compellingly in a way that creates attraction and intrigue with her. Ask a woman on the subway, "What stop are you getting off at?" And she's going to go on the defensive. A question actually puts her on the spot. If she doesn't trust you yet, she's going to not want to join in that conversation with you. Questions also invite short and dead-end answers like yes and no, making it even trickier for you to build a conversation with her. And worst of all, questions make you come across like a fan interviewing her. Yep, they shine all the light on her, and whilst you may show that you are interested in her, you don't really come across as interesting yourself. At the start of a date or talking to a woman you're attracted to, your job is not to extract information from her in the hope you get enough information for it to be okay that you ask for her phone number. Your initial job in the conversation is to build trust, to build a connection. If you do this successfully, she will naturally open up to you. So how do you do that without you feeling like you're giving her an epic monologue that she doesn't want to hear about your life? Make sure you pair every question you ask her with a statement about yourself that shares the same level of information. Don't believe that old dating advice that says a woman must be talking 90% of the time. It's not true. She's going to want to talk to you more openly when she understands more about you. Just getting the balance of a conversation right, where it's halfway directed towards her, halfway expressing yourself, does a much better job of giving her a snapshot of who you are that she can then be attracted to. Instead of saying that horrible question, "Do you come here often?" Instead, you could say, "Do you come here often? The reason I'm asking is this is basically my second home and I haven't seen you around here before." The second variation, where you share information about yourself, is so much more compelling than just putting her on the spot with a question. Start swapping out some of those direct questions for indirect questions. Instead of saying, "Do you come here often?" you could say, "I don't know about you, but this is my first time in this bar. My friend dragged me here." What you're doing when you use phrases like, "I don't know about you, but I'm not sure if you've had this experience, but this is how I've always found it." When you say statements like these, you invite her to respond, but in a non-forceful, low-pressure way. Indirect questions also make for better conversations because, again, you're sharing information about yourself. If she walks away from a conversation with you and she has no idea who you are, it's going to be really hard for her to feel excited about going on a date with you. Most guys make the killer mistake of thinking, "What topic do I talk about to impress her? This is really hard. No one's a mind reader." Instead, you can ask yourself, what would I love to share with this woman? What would it make me more connected to her to find out about her? What would it be super cool if we had in common? Whether you talk to her about a band you love, or technology, or the fact you're a movie buff, or the last place you went on vacation, when you talk about a topic you feel confident in, you naturally grow the conversation and she again finds herself more curious about you. So remember, a good conversation has to be balanced. If you spend the whole time interviewing a woman, she'll walk away not knowing enough about you to be excited to see you again. You'll come across more like a fan and not so much like a lover. Plus, women will naturally open up more to men they trust. So if you want to build better conversations with women and more attraction, remember that conversational skill of using way more statements and far less questions.